nostalgia, if you get what I'm saying. We are back. Welcome. Chris New in Real Estate, chrisnewinrealestate.com. We're here. So, Chris, where have you been? Last time you guys heard from me, outside of the listing videos that I've shot, I was on an emotional rampage, I guess you could say, right? I was on an emotional rampage, and I was feeling defeated, right? I was feeling defeated, and I said that I went on Indeed.com and so on and so forth, which is extremely true. Did I get a job? No, I didn't get another job. I stuck it out. I'm still here, full time in real estate, and what wound up happening is I found a passion for photography and videography. You know, I'm still doing real estate. This is my full-time job, my full-time career. And I just know, you know, I read in the book, I can't remember the book, whatever, but it was a while ago. Maybe I heard a speech or something, I don't know. And what I was told was to, you know, find a hobby. You know, find something that you enjoy doing and dive into that. And that's going to make you feel a lot better. It's going to make you feel a lot more fulfilled. And it's true. It's extremely true. So I got into photography and videography. That's what I've been up to. That's why you guys haven't seen me. Well, there's a multitude of reasons. I'll get into that in a minute. But videography is the main thing. And not real estate videography. I'm okay with that. More so like on the music side, as you guys know, I was the stereotype, right? Black guy, rapper. Oh, rapper, I said, hey, yo, right? And what I wanted to do was I got into it because it's a crazy long story, but you guys are my friends, right? We're fans. What happened was I got tired of waiting on people to do for me what I can learn to do for myself. So the first camera I ever picked up, which is the camera I'm shooting on now, is a Canon Rebel T6. Right, first camera, I bought it for about $500. It came with the entire kit, BS lens, you know. Right now I'm shooting a 24 f2, right? Look at me, mad jargon, right? And what wound up happening was my mentor at the time, Calvin, he told me, you know, get a camera. This is when I first started real estate. And I knew nothing of it, but he told me, you know, get a camera. Well, at first, when I would go on the listings with him and take pictures of the rentals, I would use a phone and you get like a wide angle lens, put on your phone, and then, or you would, you know, he said, yeah, you can always use my camera. So then I asked him for his camera a couple of times, and he was like, all right, bro, you gotta get your own camera. They asked him for his camera like twice. How you gonna tell me I could always use your camera, and then when I ask you to use your camera, you tell me I gotta get my own? But that was probably the best thing that happened. So what wound up happening is I didn't know nothing about lenses. I didn't know nothing about nothing. So I'm over here trying to shoot rooms on a 50 millimeter. Now, if people know, 50 millimeter is like a close-up lens. It's not the super close-up, but it's a close-up lens. You need a wide angle lens to shoot real estate. So I'm basically shooting on a photography, like a fashion photography lens, which you guys normally see. This is a 24. So imagine this being like this now. That's what I was shooting on. And I didn't know. I'm over here wondering like why I can't like see the entire room, and oh man. So from there, I also have a clothing line called Tool Certified, TWO Certified. And if you could do it once, you can do it twice. You know, that's the slogan. And I would pay, you know, photographers to take photos for me, which was cool. But then I started getting hit with these outrageous prices, like $500, $200, $250. Now again, all this coming out of my pocket. I don't know nothing about sponsorships. I don't know nothing about nothing, right? So how like I'm working. Wow, this is when I this when I started working. I was working in Bloomingdale's in Soho, right? I was in the men's shoes department, and one of my guys, Steph, he would do the photography for me. But he was a professional photographer. You gotta respect what's going on, and it was like 200, 250 a shoot, and I had like two, three shoots with him. Sorry, I had something on. I had like two, three shoots with him, and it was expensive, you know. And then it's two, three shoots. You don't get all the pictures. I didn't understand how he owned the pictures. I thought it was mine. I paid for it. No, it's you license the pictures. You own the edits. You license. He owns the raws. Pause. So I would get like 10 photos back, but then like it was up to him on which photos he would edit. I didn't always like those photos. You know what I'm saying? So he did a album cover for me when I was doing music, and he also did I think two photo shoots for me in Soho and whatever. He did a couple for me. Fast forward, I find somebody else to do photography for me. His turnaround time was so insane. I was so frustrated. I would have to wait weeks upon weeks upon weeks to get my pictures. After the last one, and then the pictures came back super dark, and I'm begging for my pictures again. It was me 10. I would get 10 pictures, and then for me to get another edit, it was $10 for the extra edits on other photos. I was just like, this is crazy. This is crazy, and I'm looking at myself in OBS right now, and I see that I'm a little like jittery here and there, whatever. So I'm gonna fix that. Don't worry about that. But it was crazy to me. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start taking the photos myself. I have a camera. Again, I don't know nothing about lenses. I don't know nothing about low light, nothing. But I'm learning on the go. I have a camera. Let me figure it out. Started taking pictures by myself, not understanding why some of them are coming out blurry, why some of them are coming out with all of those little dots on them, not understanding nothing. Yo, it was a mess. It was a mess. And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna start. I wanna do a rap cipher. So now this is me shooting like basically my first video, and I shot a rap cipher. Came out okay. I shot a second one, and it came out terrible, terrible. And why did it come out terrible? Again, I didn't understand low light, so I'm shooting at a 5.6 aperture, which is kind of wide. Pause, but the sun is setting. So now it's dark. My camera, I got the basic camera lens. It don't go no lower than a 5.6. Then like, I don't have a gimbal, so the camera is shaking. I don't have any extra lights with me. I had lights before, like I had umbrella lights. I still have them, but I didn't have any nothing. Like it was just crazy. I didn't have a microphone, so the person that I had in the cipher with me, he was supposed to bring his microphone, and he bought the microphone. He bought the DAW, the DAW, to hook up to the computer so we can, stream the audio. I know this is super long-winded, stream the audio into the software, but he didn't bring the cord. So I said, you know what? We're gonna record off the camera microphone. It is what it is. We're here. It was just the two of us. It was supposed to be like 10 of us. Everybody canceled. It was crazy. Then I said, you know what? I can't even get mad at you because it's your stuff. You're not responsible for how my stuff comes out. You're not responsible for my production, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. I started going crazy. I started buying microphones and so on and so forth. Now, I still got the Canon Rebel T6. It is a starter camera, but it looks decent. Like I'm shooting on this now. And here's the issue I ran into. So I had a listing in Flatbush, a co-op listing. I shot it myself. I don't understand bracketing. I just know you have to shoot regular. So these real estate photos that you guys see, they're the 3 to 5 photos in one. So you have regular, like the base photo, I want to say. You have underexposed by a stop or two. Then you have overexposed by a stop or two, right? You combine it, and these are the photos that you see. I just knew you had to do that. I'm doing it on a 50 millimeter. Now I got a 50 millimeter. So I'm shooting on a 50 millimeter. I don't know nothing about like super wild. So so it came out wild, like tight, pause. Well, it's a huge bedroom. My client didn't like it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? Mind you, right? My I don't even know if I had money in the budget. Like we get an ad budget. I don't know if I had money in the budget to even hire a photographer. No, I did. I had about $150 left in my ad budget. I was trying to hold on to that for dear life. So I'm like, you know what? So my client didn't like it. I didn't really know how to color it right. Like it was just bad. It was just bad. So I hired a photographer. Thank God. Cool guy. I gotta reach back out to him. I forget his name, but it's in my emails. I gotta reach back out to him. I hired a guy, cool guy. He's actually into regular photography. He starts showing me like his photography when we're there, and I'm telling him like my struggles of going through it. Matter of fact, back up. Before that, I had a guy named Johan Alexander. He used to shoot my photography before when I was in Ideal. And I think he shot 1 or 2 of the listings when I came to Element. It's probably 1. I think he shot 1 of them. Yeah, I think he shot 1 of them. He shot the one I had in Canarsie. So now, or one of the ones I had in Canarsie. So now, I know this is long-winded, but it's crazy, right? So now, we go into, he looks at the photos, so he says, you know what, Chris? You have the eye for photography. You just don't have the lenses that you need and the camera that you need. Like, you know how to shoot the angles, but you need a different lens, you need a different camera. So he was like, listen, send me the information about your camera, whatever, what kind of camera you have, so on and so forth. He says you need to shoot at wide. You need a 15 millimeter. That's why it looks so tight. Pause. So he takes the photos for me. Send them to my client. She loves them. I'm like, damn, I'm trash. So then I send him my camera. I don't know there's different kinds of cameras. So he's like, okay, so what you have is an APS-C, which is a crop sensor. What that basically means is that if you're shooting, let's say, if you're shooting on a 10 millimeter lens, with a crop sensor is gonna have that times 1.5. You're shooting on 15 millimeter. If you're shooting on a 30, really is going to look like a 45. So it's going to basically crop in even more. So not only was I shooting on a 50, I was basically shooting on like a 75. So it was like super tight. It's darker. Like, he's like, you need a full frame, which means the sensor, you get all of the sensor, you need a full frame, shoot at a 15. If you could go down to 15, that's good. So I'm like, all right. I do my research, I look at a 10, whatever, I find a 10 millimeter Laowa. And he's like, listen, if you don't like editing, don't edit them. Send it to somebody that, what? I started doing that changed the whole game for me. So I know it was long-winded, but this is how I got into real estate. So I started shooting my own stuff and sending it to people. My homegirl named Cindy, she does it for me. I send it to her, she has it back to me in the morning. Dope. I'm like, oh, this is fire. Now back into the music stuff, and I'm just shooting and shooting. So I'm doing so much research on how they set stuff up for podcasts. I'm doing so much research on how they set stuff up for movies and the right frame rates and the right this and the right that. And I'm like, yo, I was extremely trash. I'm still kind of trash now, but I'm better trash. If that makes sense. So that's basically where I've been. I've been shooting a lot of videos. I've been shooting a lot of movies. Yeah, I've been shooting movies, right? Today, actually, I'm going to shoot a game show. So I want to say 2 episodes of a game show. I shot I shot a horror film. I helped shoot another horror film, but I shot an edited horror film, and I shot the intro for the horror film series. So that's what I've really been into, videography and photography, and I must say I love it. I love it. As far as photography, I like photography when that's like a hobby. Cause I tell you, when I take pictures of my wife and I think it's a good picture, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so fat. Oh my God, da, da, da." I don't want to deal with that. So I'm like, listen, I probably got PTSD. Like if a female be like, "Oh, can you shoot me?" Oh no, 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 no. I'm not trying to hit her. Oh my God, I'm fat. I'm like, this is a fire picture. What are you talking? Oh my God, I'm so. No, 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 no. And I know that's money out my pocket. But sometimes the best listings are the ones you don't take, right? So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I love photography. I love videography. I'm in the process of building a photography company. Right, it's just gonna be me at the moment, but I'm in the process of building a photography company. I have so much equipment. I've invested so much money into this, and I love it. I think I told you guys I have the Sony A7 IV. That's what I shoot on. For my listings and for my videos. This is still my Canon, as I told you guys. But oh man, it's amazing. It's amazing. So the name of the company is Shuttered Ceilings, right? So why did I choose Shuttered Ceilings? It's like shattered ceilings, right? But you have the shutter, for the camera. So little play on words. I think it's dope. But shuttered ceilings, because I still do so much that I didn't know I was going to ever do. Like I had no idea I was going to be into videography and photography. I had no idea I was going to start shooting real estate photos, and great ones at that. Like I had no idea that I was going to be able to do a lot of the stuff. Now it is taxing to do it all on your own. I have to say that. It's very taxing to do all of it on your own. However, I do love it. I do love it. And it's a great getaway from the craziness that happens in a real estate business. A great getaway. Cause I love real estate. I love real estate. I don't love the people in it at times. And I don't love I don't love the ebbs and flows of it, if that makes sense. I don't love the ebbs and flows of it. However, I do love real estate. It's a lot. And my personal life kind of gets real estate and photography. I mean, not real estate, photography and videography hasn't provided me the stresses that real estate has, in that personal life gets in the way of. In real estate, being that it's such a stressful business, when you have a crazy baby mother like I do, when you have two beautiful but yet crazy kids. Nah, I'm just playing. My kids are a little crazy, but whose kids aren't? I love them. And a crazy girl, like when you have all of these things like in your real life going on top of the stresses of real estate, that's like, you know. So photography and videography gives me a moment to escape from it. you know, and then I could kind of like, I'm back. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for listening to this long, drawn out. I don't know if it was drawn out, but thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. We are back. We are here, and I'm definitely going to give you guys more content. More content. You guys are going to see the behind the scenes of when I'm shooting this content. When I'm shooting, you know, these real estate photos. When I'm shooting these real estate videos, you guys are going to see the behind the scenes of it. I like that for this channel. You know, I don't want this to be strictly a real estate channel. I'd rather it be a real estate agent's channel, right? Because I always say, like, I'm not real estate. I'm a person in real estate. So I like that. I like you guys to see exactly what it is and what I go through and so on and so forth. This is a real estate agent's channel, not a real estate channel. Like, you'll hear tips and tricks and so on and so forth. I got a bunch of that. But this is a real estate agent's channel. You'll see my wife. You'll see my kids. You'll see me, so on and so forth. You'll hear me talk. You'll hear me, you know, with fam. So you guys have any questions, hit me up. Tell a friend. I told you guys soon. Later.